ask you about what the administration has told you behind closed doors, and I'm going to read a little bit of what Chris Murphy was saying about those closed briefings. He said, he posted this on social media, "I was in a 2-hour briefing today on the Iran war. All the briefings are closed because Trump can't defend this war in public. I obviously can't disclose classified information, but you deserve to know how incoherent and incomplete these war plans are. Maybe the lead is that the war goals do not involve destroying Iran's nuclear weapons program. This is surprising since Trump has said over and over that this is a key goal. But then, of course, we already know airstrikes can't wipe out their nuclear material." Second, Murphy says that they confirmed regime change is also not on the list. He goes on to say, so what are the goals? It seems primarily destroying lots of missiles and boats and drone factories. But the question that stumped them is what happens when you stop bombing and they restart production. He says they hinted at more bombing, which he calls endless war. Did you experience those briefings in the same way? Do you see this as one of the reasons why we haven't had a public briefing, a public hearing so far on this operation, on this war?
Yes, I was in that very same briefing, classified briefing yesterday. And what I can tell you is that what you hear out of Donald Trump's mouth over the last few weeks about his reasons for taking military action in Iran are totally incongruous with what we are hearing in those classified briefings. You may recall several weeks ago, President Trump was voicing concern about the protesters in Iran who were standing up to their regime for the horrible economic conditions there. He threatened military action to support them. Then he talked about their ballistic missile program. Then he talked about their nuclear program. Then he talked about regime change. He has had a different rationale for going into Iran, it seems sometimes by the hour. And that just proves to me that this was such a war of choice, so illegal, so much in violation of our Constitution that requires Congress to authorize wars, not presidents to unilaterally get into reckless wars of choice. And that's why we have to step up. And I'm calling on my Republican colleagues in the Senate to remember what their job is. We are to act as a check and balance, not a rubber stamp for this administration.
Yeah, trying to get the Wars Powers resolution to the floor, privileged. It'll come up in 10 days, but also trying to get Rubio and Hegseth to testify publicly. Senator Baldwin, thank you so much for being with us as always.